Hello, welcome to the I Hit Drums, a Beginner's Guide podcast with me, Mark, your teacher for this series. In the last lesson, we were working through the song Tomorrow, which included many new fills, incorporating all of the different toms on the kit. Today we're going to get started on another new song called Forget It, which uses the hi-hats, the crash, and the ride cymbal. On page 58 of the book, you'll see a picture of a drum kit where everything except for the cymbals has been blurred out. Above that, you will see the notes for those three cymbals. The hi-hat, as you know, sits on that very top line, so you have the X with the stem attached to it, and the X is sitting on that top line of the musical stave. The crash cymbal sits higher up and also has a circle around that X. It's worth pointing out at this stage that not all drum books put that circle around the crash cymbal. Sometimes it's just the usual X shape, but higher up. But personally, I find the circle is much easier to spot. The X of the ride cymbal note sits a bit lower and actually has that top line of the musical stave running through the middle of the X. When you first start working on the song Forget It, you might find it quite tricky to spot those subtle changes between the hi-hat and the ride cymbal. So you may find it useful to make a note on your page just to remind you when it changes from hi-hat to ride cymbal. Some of my pupils in the past have actually used coloured pencils. You could also put a mark around each crash cymbal. However you decide to do this, make sure you don't make the page too busy though. 1 or 2 reminders should be enough. Within lesson 9 of the book, there aren't actually any key grooves. The reason for this is because all of the grooves within the song you've already played on the hi-hat. So before you try the song, what I'd recommend you do is return to the key grooves of Savannah on page 19 and see if you can play these grooves on the ride cymbal instead of the hi-hat. Now when playing the ride cymbal, you don't need to cross the arms like you do when playing the hi-hat, and this is for right-handed players I'm talking about. Simply take that hand that was on the hi-hat and move it across the kit onto the ride cymbal. So whenever you're playing the ride cymbal, which for a right-handed player is usually on your right-hand side, you should have a good amount of space between the hands. If you are a left-handed and left-footed drummer, you will do the opposite. If, however, you're a left-handed drummer but right-footed, then your kit will be set up the same as a right-handed kit, only your ride cymbal will need to be on the left next to your hi-hat. So let's go back to page 19 and let's have a go at key groove 1 but playing it on the ride cymbal. And keep in mind here that the notation you're reading is for hi-hat. When you see this in the song, that X will be lower down whenever it's the ride cymbal. Let's give it a try at 40 BPM. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Whilst you were playing the ride cymbal just now, did you think how you were hitting it? Probably not. So when you play the ride cymbal, try and use the tip of your stick. This will help produce a nice, clean ping sound. If you hit the cymbal with the chunkier part of the stick, you'll get more of a smash kind of sound. And for the ride cymbal, we don't really want that. So let's try that key groove again, this time focusing on using the tip of the stick whilst you play it. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now let's have a go at key groove 2 at 40 BPM, but playing it on the ride cymbal instead of the hi-hat. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And now key groove 3, again on the ride cymbal instead of the hi-hat. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so playing on the ride cymbal might feel a little bit weird at first, and you might not feel quite so comfortable as you do on the hi-hat. That's understandable. You haven't done it before. But let's see if we can strengthen that ride cymbal playing a little bit further. I'd like you to turn to page 38 of the book, where we have the key grooves for Oh Yeah. Once again, we're going to work through these key grooves, but playing the ride cymbal instead of the hi-hats. So let's try key groove 1 of Oh Yeah at 40 BPM. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And now key groove 2 played on the ride cymbal. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now key groove 3 playing the ride cymbal, 40 BPM. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now the same for key groove 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Still playing the ride cymbal now for key groove 5. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And finally, key groove 6 of Oh Yeah on the ride cymbal. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so hopefully that illustrates something. Whenever a groove is written for the hi-hat, you can try it on the ride cymbal. And likewise, whenever a groove is written for the ride cymbal, you can try it on the hi-hat. All these rhythms are transferable. Something else you could try with that concept is playing all of those grooves using the crash cymbal instead. Again, you'll just move that right hand over to the crash cymbal. The movement is still the same. You're just hitting a different thing. In section D of Forget It, this is what you'll find. Lots and lots of crash cymbal hits. Now, if you only have the one cymbal, you can still get these two different sounds from that cymbal. By playing the tip of the stick on the cymbal, you're going to get a nice clean ping. This is your ride cymbal sound. But by hitting the top of the cymbal with the slightly thicker part of the stick, you're going to get a big smash. This is the crash cymbal sound. So even with just the one cymbal, you should still be able to get two different sounds from it. Now before you try the piece, Forget It, here's a few things to watch out for. You'll be playing the ride cymbal in sections A and C. In section B, you'll be on the hi-hats as well as playing a lot of fills. And section D is all crash cymbal. There aren't any repeats in this song, so once you begin, just work your way through. But there is a rest in the first bar, so once again, you're going to hear that counting of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll count one bar before you actually come in on the next bar. And this will start on the and of 3. So your practice task this week is to work through those different key grooves using the ride cymbal and to have a go at the piece, Forget It. If you would like any feedback, you can get in touch with me by going to Instagram at IHitDrums or by going to Facebook at facebook.com/IHitDrumsUK. For a small fee, you can send me a video of your progress and then I'll get back to you with my own video, including some feedback and instruction. You can also be anywhere in the world and study with me online, for which I use Skype and Zoom. Just get in touch. In the next lesson, we're going to start looking at controlling the hi-hats using the left foot. But until then, enjoy! I Hit Drums, A Beginner's Guide can be purchased through Amazon as a paperback or as an ebook through Amazon, iTunes and Kobo. Just search for I Hit Drums, A Beginner's Guide.